Hey guys, just a quick video here today. This is Scott, Pro Screenplays. Write hard. Just talking, just quick video about movie ideas, about compelling ideas that that can turn into excellent stories. I just was at the store today, picked up a handful of DVDs that were on sale. Ones that always stood out to me as good scripts. Some of them I couldn't believe I didn't have them already, but just going to go through them. We'll just quickly talk about what probably got that script some attention. So first one here, 16 blocks. Story about a cop who has to get a convict across town while people are trying to kill him, right? You pitch that little short one-liner, you can kind of see that movie. You can see action and intensity and edge of your seat thrills, what's he going to do, obstacles in his way, those kind of things, right? Recently, Safe House came out, same kind of idea. Guy at a safe house has to get a criminal across town and get him safe to another safe house. Get him extracted while all the bad guys are coming to get him. So, you know, pairing up two characters at polar opposites is always going to get you instant conflict, right? You got a good guy having to protect a bad guy, even though he doesn't want to, kind of a deal, right? Instant tension, instant conflict. Turned out to be a pretty good flick. Plus, Mos Def was in it, and he's awesome. Rocky. I couldn't believe I didn't have this, but I didn't have it, so I picked it up. Classic underdog story. You want to have a good story that's going to have people rooting, get a hero who's an underdog. Make him a guy we can all relate to, or a girl that we can all relate to, someone that we can say, yeah, I got your back, I'm going to stick in this ride for you, I'm going to root for you. The reason this one is so great is just because it just felt so real, and you could tell that the writer, Stallone, he really believed in this story, and if you read the script, it just comes out on that page. Great script. Underdog scripts always do well, because we always like to root for the underdog. It's just how it is. This one, Ocean's 11 remake, obviously, but you know, if it wasn't a remake and a spec came out like this, you know, 11 cool guys rip off a casino in Vegas, biggest casino for the biggest score ever. Cool idea. You get some interesting characters on there. I think what makes this one work so well, even before the actors got involved, is just on the page, each character is so different. It's a great example of making your characters really come to life and have each their own voice, their own personality, their own attitude, their own backstory, their own conflict and tension and goals and wants and needs and drives. It's just it's a great ensemble script. If you can find it and read it. It's really, it'll give you some good tools on how to make certain characters stand out. Their introductions to each one is great. So anyways, take that one. That's a good one. I got this one as well. 12. Not as good, but still fun stuff. What else did I get here? Classic. Edward Scissorhands. A fantasy tale about a guy with scissors for hands. Right? Silly, over the top. But if you're going to do a fairy tale movie, you're going to do something that is over the top, just go all out. It's a great example of going to extremes and having, an ugly creature have an opportunity to fall in love with a person who can see past that. It's a great story for that. And if you're going to write a love story and a fantasy, really, just pull out all the stops and just see how far-fetched and how over the top you can make it. Because then Tim Burton will probably want to make it because he likes that stuff, right? Good show. This one here, I just thought, Firewall. I saw it a long time ago, and while it wasn't the best movie at the time, it's Harrison Ford. It's Harrison Ford, right? Um, but I remember as I was watching it, I thought it was a good example of limited location, right? Inside a house, people are stuck, and kidnapping to make the guy who has the key to what the bad guy needs, put him to the test of getting it to him. And I just wanted something because I have a limited location thriller I was thinking about, and I thought it would be a good way to kind of set the tone and give me some ideas of how to really get that intensity in the air, kind of a thing. Because when you're doing limited location, it's difficult to keep it interesting. You can't fully rely on dialogue. You can more because you're not moving around. You don't got big heavy set pieces and stuff. But you have to keep it interesting, and a lot of times it's going to come down to that intensity on the page. So I just thought it might be a good thing to look at. Another Harrison Ford, Fugitive. I had to actually check my catalog to see if I had this, and I was so surprised I didn't have it. But great example of what's the worst thing that could possibly happen to a character. This man who didn't kill his wife is accused of killing his wife, and he has no way to prove he didn't. And he has to find out a way to prove he didn't. So just one of the best thrillers, and intense thrillers, great action scenes, great hero that we root for, that kind of thing. So anyways, Fugitive, a good example. This one here, true story movies. If you can find a good true story that no one owns the rights to yet, or that is just obscure, that you can pull from the headlines and put together, just being able to say and it's based on a true story or inspired by true events or something like that, that really gets certain producers' attention, especially made for TV, Hallmark, Lifetime, History, those kind of channels and stuff. But what works so great about this, and I just actually read the script the other day, the characters, the characters come to life on the page and drive the story. So whether it's as interesting as you think it might be, just the way that these two characters really immerse into the dialogue is great. They're at odds with each other. It's just an excellent example of a two protagonist role screenplay. So they're both equal amount of time in there. You're rooting for both of them. You're rooting for them as a team, and those can be tricky to write. So if you can get your hands on this one, great example of how to pull it off right. Great director as well, but we don't really see these anymore. You don't really see a two-character hero connection that you're really rooting for. Django Unchained, I guess, was great because you were rooting for both characters. You were rooting for Django as well as Dr. King, because they were a team. So, and that worked well. Loved that show. Great show. Last one I picked up, probably one of the greatest movies of all time. Whether you like Patrick Swayze and Keanu Reeves or not, it's just a great show. There hasn't been another cool bank robbery movie, in my opinion, until The Town came along, which was awesome. And again, that's because of characters and direction, of course. But it's just a cool undercover cop movie. And as much as there's a lot of cop movies out there, they're still well received. They're still great at the box office. They do well. So it's a cool show because it's got a cool factor. You got surfers and cops and bank robbers. I just thought of a really cool idea just as I was saying that. See? I gotta go in my idea book now, write that down. I'm gonna go do that, so you go too. Write some ideas down, get some information. Look at all your favorite movies. Go to the movie store and just see what comes to you as you're looking at stuff. And if you're gonna do a certain movie, like if I was gonna sit down and write a cat and mouse thriller. So I looked up all the best cat and mouse thrillers and saw which ones were the most successful and most well liked by society and film goers, and read those scripts and watched those movies. Not because not because I want to copy them, or pull stuff out of them to specifically use in mine, but just to get in that mindset, just to get in that mood, just to get that tone down. Because I want all my stuff to be completely original. I don't want it to be, oh yeah, I think I saw that in this movie, and yeah, they did the same thing in this other movie. I don't want to see that in my scripts. I want my scripts to be completely original. But it's good to know your anchor. It's good to know what made that genre great, and how they pulled that off, how they set that tone, how they built their characters, and the more broad stroke stuff, not the specific things. So yeah, so I hope that helps you guys out there. I'm gonna go to my idea book, write down this idea Point Break just spurred in me. You go too, okay? Write hard, be great. Talk to you later.